The aftermath of the nuclear strikes was a descent into chaos that gripped Zephyria in an iron vice. With the destruction of Yoru, Romus, and Nemotian City, most nations found themselves leaderless and spiraling into disarray. Communities either dissolved into anarchy or retreated into fortified bunkers to ride out the turmoil. The world was teetering on the brink of collapse. In this dire hour, the remnants of the ZWA convened a historic emergency panel in the Majosi Federation city of Ikota. After heated debates and mounting despair, they reached an unprecedented decision. For the first time in history, Zephyria would unite under a single provisional government. The mantle of leadership fell upon King Maraudus of Zephyria, newly crowned after his parents' untimely death in the nuclear catastrophe. As the direct descendant of Kaisito, a revered figure in Zephyrian history, Maraudus was seen as a symbol of unity and hope. Granted emergency powers, Maraudus began to reshape the world from the ashes of its devastation. He assembled a cabinet of delegates from Tamaria, Majosi, and even Swatinia, countries that had been bitter enemies just years prior. Together, they sought to heal Zephyria's wounds and prevent such a calamity from ever occurring again. One of King Maraudus' first acts was to declare the island of Gasto a lockdown zone. Teams of scientists and environmental experts worked tirelessly to contain the spread of radioactive contamination and began the island's slow recovery. In parallel, he enacted sweeping policies to ban Ethereum-based weapons and their production, ensuring no nation could repeat the horrors of the nuclear strike. To stabilize Zephyria, Maraudus abolished the traditional nation-state boundaries temporarily, replacing them with regional administrations. Leaders were appointed to oversee these regions, ensuring law and order while preventing the rise of warlords and opportunistic factions. The world operated as a singular entity under Maraudus' steady hand, though the scars of war remained visible. Over the next 5 decades, Maraudus transformed Zephyria from a post-apocalyptic wasteland into a thriving society. Cities were rebuilt, economy stabilized, and social order restored. Institutions were established to foster cooperation and prevent the resurgence of extremism. Slowly but surely, Zephyria began to heal. After 50 years of tireless leadership, King Maraudus ceded back power to the nations. Majosi and Tamaria were the first to regain their independence, followed by Swatinia, now transformed into a fledgling democracy under a newly elected leader. To ensure lasting peace, Maraudus restructured the body of the ZWA into the United Nations of Zephyria, or UNZ, headquartered on the island of Gasto, a symbol of resilience and unity. Yet even as the world moved towards peace, unsettling questions lingered. How had Swatinia acquired the Ethereum to build their nuclear arsenal? Who had developed such catastrophic weapons in secret? These mysteries haunted the corridors of the UNZ, their answers waiting to surface like shadows from the depth of Zephyrian history. King Maraudus' reign was a chapter of unparalleled resilience and unity. But as Zephyria entered an era of hope, the truths hidden in the shadows hinted that its journey toward justice and accountability was far from over.